Welcome to the City of San Diego's scoping meeting presentation on the subsequent environmental impact report for the Midway Rising specific plan. During this presentation, you will hear an overview of the environmental review process, including the purpose of the scoping meeting and the public hearing process, the project description, information regarding the subsequent environmental impact report, and how to provide input. The city is required by the California Environmental Quality Act, as well as the city's municipal code, to provide the public and the decision makers with an independently prepared environmental document that discloses potentially significant adverse environmental effects, identify possible ways to mitigate or avoid the significant effects, and describe a range of reasonable alternatives to the project that could feasibly attain most of the basic project objectives while substantially lessening a significant environmental impact. As part of this process, the city solicits input from the public, organizations, and agencies at several stages. The environmental document is an informational document meant to disclose the environmental effects of a proposed project and does not recommend project approval or denial. The city, as lead agency, has determined that the Midway Rising specific plan would require the preparation of a subsequent environmental impact report, or subsequent EIR, to the Midway Pacific Highway Community Plan Update Program Environmental Impact Report that was certified by San Diego City Council on September 25, 2018. According to the California Environmental Quality Act, Guidelines Section 15162B, a lead agency shall prepare a subsequent environmental impact report when changes to a project or its circumstances occur, or new information becomes available after certification of a previous environmental impact report. Furthermore, California Environmental Quality Act Guidelines Section 15152B states agencies are encouraged to tier the environmental analyses for separate but related projects, including general plans, zoning changes, and development projects. The Midway Rising specific plan project area is within the scope of the previously certified Community Plan Update Program Environmental Impact Report. As noted by asterisks on this environmental impact report and public hearing process flowchart, input on the project's subsequent environmental impact report is solicited during the notice of preparation and scoping period, the draft environmental impact report public review period, and various public hearings. The notice of preparation and scoping meeting period started on December 18, 2023, and it extends 30 days to January 17, 2024. Contact information and how to submit comments will be provided at the end of the presentation. Consistent with Section 21083.9 of the California Public Resources Code, a public scoping period is being conducted to solicit comments regarding the scope and analysis of the subsequent environmental impact report. The notice of preparation distributed includes information about the project and project location and identifies the general topics to be addressed in the environmental document. The notice of preparation's purpose is to provide notice of the upcoming subsequent environmental impact report preparation and solicit input from the public regarding potential environmental concerns. The information received is then utilized during the preparation of the environmental document. This notice also provides information regarding the scoping period. The subsequent environmental impact report will be prepared in accordance with the city's standard format, the city's 2022 significance determination thresholds, and the 2023 California Environmental Quality Act statutes and guidelines. The environmental document to be prepared is tiering from the 2018 Midway Pacific Highway Community Plan Update Program Environmental Impact Report. The subsequent environmental impact report will provide a detailed project description and setting, disclose the specific plan's significant effects on the environment, identify mitigation measures to avoid or reduce environmental impacts, and analyze feasible project alternatives that reduce environmental effects. Once the subsequent environmental impact report is prepared, it will be circulated for a 45-day public review period. Comments received on the draft environmental document during this time will be considered and addressed. After public review is completed, the subsequent environmental impact report will be finalized. That includes responses to the written comments received during the public review period. The final environmental document with responses to comments will then be considered by the city decision makers prior to determining whether to approve or deny the specific plan. The draft subsequent environmental impact report will analyze the specific plan's impacts related to the issue areas as listed on the slide. Based on information available at this time, other environmental issues have also been identified as effects found not to be significant. Now, a brief overview of the Midway Rising Specific Plan. The Midway Rising Specific Plan area is located in the Midway Pacific Highway community within the city of San Diego. The site is generally bounded by Kurt Street to the north-northeast, commercial properties and Camino del Rio west to the east, Sports Arena Boulevard to the south, and commercial properties and Hancock Street to the north-northwest. Interstate 8 is also located directly north of the site. Interstate 5 is less than 1 mile to the east. The specific plan boundary would include the city-owned Sports Arena site, shown in white on the specific plan map, and 3 privately owned parcels along Kurt Street, shown with crosshatching. The 52-acre site is currently developed with a Pachanga Arena, surface parking lots, a temporary homeless shelter, and various other commercial uses. Adjacent uses include commercial and light industrial. The City of San Diego's general plan designates the site as residential, multiple uses, commercial employment, retail and services, and industrial employment. The Midway Pacific Highway Community Plan designates the site as community commercial residential permitted and mixed commercial residential. The project site is zoned Commercial Community, CC36 and CC38. The CC36 zone is intended to accommodate development with a high-intensity pedestrian orientation and permits a maximum density of 1 dwelling unit for each 1,000 square feet of lot area. The CC38 zone is also intended to accommodate development with a high-intensity pedestrian orientation and permits a maximum density of 1 dwelling unit for each 600 square feet of lot area. The specific plan would establish goals, policies, development standards, and architectural guidelines for a transit-oriented development with a range of land uses within 4 planning areas. Build-out of the specific plan would allow for approximately 4,627 housing units, including 2,000 affordable units, public parks and open space, a multi-purpose entertainment center, and up to 145,000 square feet of commercial and retail uses. The specific plan would also include infrastructure improvements on and off-site, including extensions and upgrades of existing water, sewer, storm drain, drainage, roadways, bike paths, transit, mobility, and pedestrian facilities. The specific plan would be developed in phases, generally anticipated to occur from east to west, with Planning Area A as Phase 1, B as Phase 2, C as Phase 3, and D as Phase 4. Planning Area A would be mixed use with residential and commercial uses, which could include the new entertainment center and allow for up to 73 dwelling units per acre. Planning areas B, C, and D would also be mixed use and allow for higher densities of up to 109 dwelling units per acre. The current land use designations identified in the Midway Pacific Highway Community Plan are proposed to change to mixed commercial residential to be consistent with the specific plan densities. The specific plan would also rezone the site to commercial community CC38 and CC39. The project would require a general plan and community plan amendment, a rezone, adoption of the specific plan, a vesting tentative map, various easement actions, and a site development permit for the demolition of a potential historic structure and development in the Community Plan Implementation Overlay Zone B, or CPOS-B. This slide provides information on how the public can submit comments on the Notice of Preparation. Please note the focus of the comments must be on the environmental effects that should be analyzed in the environmental document and not on the merits of the project. The City requests that comments be provided electronically. However, comments may either be submitted using the electronic form accessed via the City's California Environmental Quality Act website, sandiego.gov/CEQA/meetings, or emailed to dsdeas@sandiego.gov. However, if a hard copy submittal is necessary, the comments can be mailed to the address indicated on the slide. When submitting comments, please reference the project name and number, Midway Rising Specific Plan, project number 1106734. All Notice of Preparation comments must be received no later than 12 p.m. on January 17, 2024. The input provided will be considered by City staff for use in the scope of the subsequent Environmental Impact Report and included as part of the official administrative record for the environmental document. Please be aware that this is just the start of the environmental review process. There will be other opportunities to provide comments on the environmental document and the project, such as during community group meetings, public review of the draft environmental document, as well as any other associated public hearings. As required by the Americans with Disabilities Act, requests for scoping meeting information to be made in alternative formats, including requests for alternatives to observing this meeting presentation and offering public comment, may be made by email to dsdeasicing@sandiego.gov. This concludes the public scoping meeting and presentation for the Midway Rising Specific Plan Subsequent Environmental Impact Report. Thank you.